At the top of the page, it will say Complaint for Protection from Harassment. In row A, you will check off the first box if it's the Boston Municipal Court. You will check the second box for the District Court, third box for Juvenile Court, fourth box if it's Superior Court, and then fill in the blank on the right for your division. In row B, you will fill in your name on the right. You will write in the defendant's name. In row C, the first line, mark the first box if you are 18 or older, the middle box if you are 17, or the third box if you are 16 or younger. The second line is asking the age of the defendant. Check the first box if they are 18 or older, the middle if they are 17, or the last box if they are 16 or younger. If they are under the age of 18, check off the bottom box, then fill in their relationship to the plaintiff that has filed this order against you. On the right of row C, it asks if there are any prior or pending actions between the plaintiff and the defendant. Check the first box for no and the second box for yes. If so, list court, type of case, date, and document if available. In row D, you suffered harassment when. Check off and fill in the blanks with the dates the defendant committed 3 or more willful acts of malicious and conduct acts aimed at you, which were committed with the intent of fear, intimidation, abuse, damage to property, and did in fact cause fear, intimidation, abuse, or damage to property. Check the second box and fill in the blank with the date when the defendant, by force, threat, or duress, caused you to involuntarily engage in sexual relations. Check the third box and fill in the blank with the date the defendant committed against you the following statutes: indecent assault and battery, rape, statutory rape, assault with intent to rape, enticing a child, criminal stalking, criminal harassment, and drugging for sexual intercourse. In row E, you will define what you are asking the court. Check off box 1 to order the defendant not to abuse you by physically harming you, attempting to physically harm you, or placing you in fear of imminent serious physical harm, and to stop harassing you by any willful and malicious conduct aimed at you and intended to cause fear, intimidation, abuse, or damage to property, or duress to make you engage sexual relations unwillingly by committing against you constitutes a violation such as indecent assault and battery, statutory rape, assaulting with intent to rape, enticing a child, criminal stalking, criminal harassment, or drugging for sexual intercourse. Check off box 2 to order the defendant not to contact you unless authorized by court to do so. Check off box 3 to order the defendant to remain away from your residence as listed on the Plaintiff Confidential Information Form. Check off box 4 to order the defendant to remain away from your workplace as listed on the Plaintiff Confidential Information Form. Check off box 5 and fill in the blanks to order the defendant to pay you, write in how much, in compensation, and then list the losses suffered as a direct result of harassment. Check off box 6 to order the relief you have requested except for compensation for losses suffered, without advance notice to the defendant because there is a substantial likelihood of immediate danger of harassment. You understood if the court issues such a temporary court order, the court will schedule a hearing within 10 court business days to determine whether such a temporary order should be continued, and you must appear in court on that day if you wish the order to be continued. On the bottom middle of the page, sign the date you filed this paperwork out, and on the right of that, write in the plaintiff's signature. This is the affidavit section. This is where you will describe in detail the most recent incidents of harassment. If the harassment consisted only of conduct that was willful and malicious, but was not a violation of the listed criminal statutes, you must describe at least 3 separate incidents of harassment. The judge requires as much information as possible, such as what happened, each person's actions, the dates, the locations, any injuries, any medical or other service sought. Also describe any history of harassment with as much of the above detail as possible.